Hey, what's up everyone? This is MicrowaveSam. Today I'm going to show you part 3 of how to hack your Nintendo Wii 4.3. So this part is going to show you how to use your newly hacked Wii and how to get games on your Wii. So first of all, external hard drives and USB storage devices are the recommended way of holding the Wii games. Other people usually want to use DVD recordables, but let me tell you that DVD recordables and burning Wii games onto DVD recordables will only work on white Wiis built in 2007 and before. Black Wiis and red Wiis will not work, and blue Wiis will not work if you have those. So external hard drives and USB storage devices are the way to go. I use those and they work perfectly because they load the game very quickly. DVD recordables is not suggested because you might not even have a Wii that can use those, and DVD recordables usually run slower because they are user made, and factory discs that are made in the factories are usually run better on the Nintendo Wiis. And DVD recordables might add stress to your Nintendo Wii, so that's why I don't suggest it. So first thing you want to do is you want to get these things called torrent files that have the ISO files, and ISO files are the game images that have the Wii games. To get ISO files, you want to go to google.com, weird flashing thing, but you want to search in MicroTorrent. MicroTorrent is what I use to get my torrent files. Other people have different suggestions, but MicroTorrent is my favorite. And if you already know how to download torrents, you can just, skip this part of the video. So you find the MicroTorrent website, which is going to be in the description, and then you download MicroTorrent free for Windows. Or if you don't use Windows, I think you can go to the downloads part of the website and search for different things for like maybe Linux computers. So you go over here, it'll automatically have this thing that pops up, and then you save the file because you want the MicroTorrent executable file. It supports XP, Vista, 7, and in 32-bit or 64-bit versions. So you save the file, and I usually save it in a convenient place such as the desktop. After saving the file, it'll scan for viruses if you're using Mozilla, but I double click on the executable file and this comes up, and then I run it because I wanna install this file and get the newest version of MicroTorrent. So over here it'll say like the version number and guide through the installation. You press next 2 times and then you agree to the terms, or if you want to read them you can. But for this part, I just leave everything default and press next. On this part, I usually uncheck the start MicroTorrent when Windows starts up because I don't usually want MicroTorrent running all the time. Just for note that MicroTorrent uses up your bandwidth of your router or your modem, and what that means is when it uses your bandwidth, it's taking more of your internet connection to download the file. So if you have if your household has a lot of people using wireless connection, everything else will start to slow down. Even like searching on websites will slow down. I uncheck the advertisement over here because I don't want that, and then press next. And then over here I uncheck everything because I don't want MicroTorrent to be my website or my web provider or anything, or the toolbox. So I uncheck everything. Then I install it, and it's very quick to install. You just have to press install. Okay, and then everything works okay. It pops up immediately. Here is a torrent that I was already running. It's Metroid the Other M. This game is really good, but also another note is that Wii games are usually 8 gigs to 4 gigs. That means that you must have a hard drive that has enough space. I have a 600 gig hard drive right now, so I have a lot of space for video games. But if you don't have a lot of space of a hard drive, you can buy external hard drives just for your computer or something else. I don't know. But all these files are by default, they're going to save into your downloads. So with this torrent already running, I will show you how to actually find torrents and download them. So first of all, I'm gonna go to google.com. Um, Google.com, and over here I search for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Pow Wii Sushi, or I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know, maybe it's something that I misinterpreted when that thing, but it was on piratebay.org, and piratebay.org is my, my favorite torrent site to use. So I go into website, and then over here, what you want to do is check the seeders and leechers first. Seeders are good things. They are usually people who are supplying the torrent with their own bandwidth to make the torrent faster for everybody else. And leechers are bad things. Leechers are people who are currently downloading the torrent, but in the process, they're slowing the torrent for other people. So what you want to do to check which torrent is good, you want to try to see a 2-to-1 ratio. The more seeders there are, the better. So let's say this, which do you choose? 6 seeders and 3 leechers on one torrent, or if there are 600 seeders and 300 leechers. Even though they have the same ratio, you always want to pick the one with the more seeders, like 600. That's a lot. A lot of people are supplying that torrent. So you check the comments too, make sure that they're like, okay, seems to be good, works great, this guy. Sometimes you see people who say, can't get it to work. That's just, usually it's because the person doesn't know how to use it, or something like that. So, of course, since you have me, you know that you will know how to use much of these things. So you click download this torrent and just open it and press OK. What's going to happen is it's going to appear after you press OK, and then the torrent's going to appear over here. And since I already downloaded this torrent, it's going to check the file to make sure I have it. But usually these torrents take a very long time, maybe up to 10 hours, but it's worth the wait. So right now I'm just going to skip this and then go ahead with the final result. Now that the torrent's done, see over here, it's completed. It's going to be seeded, and this thing keeps on popping up because I'm using the magnifying glass. Not important right now. Seeding. So seeding, pretty much you're doing what those seeders were doing. You're one of the 100 people that were seeding this torrent or something like that. And seeding, you're using your bandwidth. It slows down your internet connection at your place, but it's kind of nice. I usually do it for an hour and then delete it afterwards. So what you want to do is you just hit the delete button on your keyboard, and then it says, are you sure you want to remove the selected torrent? Then you press OK. So then after that, this thing is still downloading, but I paused it. But I'll file exit because I'm not going to use MicroTorrent anymore. And then I'm going to go into Start and Documents, and then Downloads, because it always saves in your downloads. So I'm going to find it. Sometimes it's in the ISO file already, like the Rayman Origins game, already ISO file, and it'll saved into my downloads. But other times it's in a folder like the Legend of Zelda game, and then you need to double click the folder, and then you need to find the ISO file. And then other times the ISO file is in like a folder, and then it's in like all of these compressed files. So what do you do when it's in all of these compressed files? So the thing that you do is you highlight all the things that are WinRAR. Some people have a different compressor, which means that it will have a different name than WinRAR, but pretty much you don't want to click the NFO one or the text files, but you want to select all the ones with the RAR files, and then you right click and then press extract here. But since I already did it, I'm just going to show you that this is what you do. You press extract here, and then it'll start extracting, and then what happens is the ISO file will appear in the folder, and then that's the thing that you're going to be using. So it takes quite a while, like 5 minutes, but that's how sometimes the torrents are downloaded. But conveniently, the Legend of Zelda game was in an ISO file already, so what I am going to do is I'm going to go, since I already have the ISO file, I'm going to take my DVD-R and I'm going to add it to my DVD-R. So go into the internet, and then you want to search on Google, ImgBurn. ImgBurn right over here. Search it. ImgBurn is the application that allows you to burn DVD recordables. So over here it says some description of DVD-R. Make sure on your computer you have a DVD recordable drive. It's usually the thing that reads the disc, and then you can just download. Downloading ImgBurn over here. Get the ultimate DVD burning software. So you just do download now. DVD burning. This is the wrong link, isn't it? Okay, I clicked the wrong thing. Obviously, it was an advertisement. You better be careful. I thought that was ImgBurn, but it wasn't. So go over here, click to download, and then over here you click the first mirror, and then it says setup. So over here it says click to download. ImgBurn is free, and I think it's safe to use. So you go to desktop, save it. And then it's 5.8 megabytes, I think. So it's gonna download, and once it's done, you want to double click it and open out the executable file. So I'm gonna just X that out, wait till this is done, and then it's done. Okay, so I double click it and then run it again, just like the MicroTorrent thing, and I have to wait. Okay, this comes up, you press next, easy as that. You do I accept the terms of agreement, and usually I leave all of this default because frankly I don't know what enable SPTI access for all users means, so I just do next because default always works, and then I save it to my folder over here, and then over here I just don't do anything, I just press next, and then it says this. I usually uncheck all of these because I don't want the ask toolbar, and then it brings me to this link again. I just X that out, go back to the file, and then run ImgBurn. Bam, easy as that. Okay, I'll minimize this to make it easier. So this thing will pop up, and then it tells me what I want to do, and usually what you want to do is you write the image file to the disk. And then after doing that, you need to select the file. So go over here and then search your folders. You find the file over here, go to the folder, and then The Legend of Zelda. It has to have the .iso extension. Sometimes the image is different, but you will know like what is the ISO file. It's pretty easy to identify. So you open it up, and then it says the source is over here. It says the size over here, and it gives you some descriptions. So you do the destination. This is my DVD recordable drive, and then you can have verify on. Sometimes I'll leave verify off, but if you want to have the disk verify itself, then you do that. And what you want to do is you want to leave the write speed as slow as possible. 1 times is really good. 1 times is really good. Then you make sure 1 copy. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I need to tell you anything. Let's check the settings to make sure everything is a-okay. I think everything is okay. So let's see. Okay, just click OK, and then what you want to do is you put in a DVD recordable. What you want to do also is you want to have a blank DVD recordable. I found that even though DVD rewritables, I can just delete everything and rewrite on it. That doesn't work so good. You want to have a blank disk when you do this, and they do not cost that much actually. So with the DVD in, this thing will be clickable, but since I don't have any extra DVD-Rs, I spent too much time like burning other stuff. I'll just say that you do this, it takes about 20 minutes, and then it makes the music sound once it's done. Then you eject it, and then it's good. So what I really want to focus on is the easier way of doing it: USB storage devices or flash drives. So first thing you want to do is you go back into the internet, and then I'm gonna go to google.com. This application is called WBFS Manager, and what it does is it changes your USB storage device into something that is readable to the Wii. Make sure that it is an extra USB storage device. You don't want it to be like something that is necessary for daily use. You want it to be something that you can use every day. And then it says that you just go to downloads usually, and then usually it says recommended download over here. So what this is, 86 is the 32-bit download, and 64-bit 64 is the 64-bit download. So since it's 32-bit, my computer is 32-bit, I'll just click this one and then I agree. Gives me the download, I save it and then bring it to my desktop again. After it brings it to my desktop really quick, see downloads I've already finished, I'll find it, and then over here it's another zip file or whatever, a RAR file, whatever you can call it, and then you have to extract it. I usually extract it to the folder, and then it pops right over here. Double click it, and then it's just a setup. You double click the setup, same thing as ImgBurn, more or less, and then you accept. Same thing over here, leave everything default. It's only 7.5 megabytes, so good. Next, and install. So installs very quickly. I go to next, and then I don't usually read the README, so I go finish. So it's gonna appear on your desktop usually. This thing might appear. It's not a problem at all. Just cancel. Okay. So once that's done, WBFS Manager 3.0 will appear on your desktop. But what you want to do is grab your USB storage device. Right now I have a 16 gig flash drive right now. Most Wii games are 4 gigs by the way. So make sure you have something like 8 gigs or above. So plug in your USB storage device right now. I have it just plugged in, and then I'm gonna go to my computer, waiting for my flash drive to appear, and then I will this is what I normally do. Okay, so I wait for my flash drive to appear. Sometimes it takes a while to install if you never put in your USB flash drive, but then after this is done, it detects it. It should pop up soon. Okay, let me take it out and put it back in. Okay, now I hear the noise. It should pop up. Some problems going on. Okay, here, removable disk. Okay, so what you want to do is start. Right click on computer manage. And then after you do that, you wait until the computer thing pops up. Yep, over here. So what you want to do is you click on disk management, and then in disk management there's something you want to click. You need to wait until it connects to everything. Sometimes it takes a while for some reason. Come on, disk management. Yes, finally. Okay, what? 2 iDrives. Okay, so I bet that's why it was freaking out. It's a glitch again. So what you want to do is you right click them and then you format. Make sure that it's the correct drive. I remember that mine was iDrive. You can tell 16 gigs, well 15 gigs technically, and then you format. So over here on file system, usually I do FAT32. FAT32 usually helps it work, but if it doesn't work, FAT32 is like the best one to use. If it doesn't work, then try NTFS, and if that doesn't work, try EXFAT. So usually just FAT32. You don't need a name for the volume label, and then you do OK. And then it says formatting this volume will erase everything. So make sure you back up every data, and then if everything's OK, press OK. Bam, it's formatting. It says formatting right now, and then it'll complete itself since my USB flash drive is pretty small. So then over there it says good, okay. So now what you want to do is you want to go to WBFS Manager, double click it, and then you want to have the iDrive. What you want to do is first you refresh the drive list, and then after you refresh the drive list, what you want to do is you format the particular drive. So I accidentally have it on C. So format the particular drive. It's gonna delete everything, but it's also gonna change everything to WBFS. So it's gonna say WBFS drive is now ready. And then after you have that done, you have to load it, and then it's gonna be loaded so you can browse and add games. So after that, you browse the game, and then you usually go to your downloads, find The Legend of Zelda, yeah, and then you go over here, open it, and then it's over here, and then it says the estimated size and the ISO size. So after that, you add to the drive. Um, it depends. I don't know. For the time it takes to get in, it really depends. It varies a lot of times. So all you have to do is just wait until the bar fills up, and then you're done. With adding the game onto your drive. So this is what USB loaders are for. USB loaders are used to read your WBFS USB drive. So I'm going to just skip this part, and then you can see what happens after. A lot of people have questions about what do you do if you have a WBFS file. Because sometimes when you download the torrent, you'll get this file WBFS. However, you need the ISO file to add the game into an external hard drive or a DVD-R or DVD-RW. So first of all, you have the WBFS file after you download the torrent. This game is Geometry Wars Galaxies. And then first thing you do is you need to go into your web browser over here. This is going to be the link, but this link is going to redirect you to something called Wii Backup Manager. And Wii Backup Manager is an application and a program that can convert the WBFS to ISO. So I'm gonna leave a link of this in the description, and then all you do is you download it from one of the sites, and then you wait until it comes up. I think that's okay. And then you wait the seconds until it comes up. Oh, actually, be careful of that. That was actually an advertisement. And then you skip the advertisement. You need to make sure it says like Wii Backup Manager. It almost tricked me. It almost tricked me. Okay, so now I will download the file. It's 7 megabytes. I need to wait 30 seconds at the website called filesonic.com, and then I'll proceed to download, install, and then convert the WBFS to ISO, because I've gotten a lot of private messages about this. Some people are confused because sometimes they get this WBFS file, but they don't know what to do with it. Just remember, you always need the ISO file to add the game into external hard drive or let's see, external hard drive or DVD-R. These things are always hard for me to read. I don't know. Hopefully that's right. Yes. Yes. Okay. I will save it. It's gonna save it to my downloads file, and it's a compressed file, so you need an application like WinRAR to extract it. So I'm gonna X out of these extra links, extra windows. Then I'm gonna convert and then add the game. So let me turn on my external hard drive. It's like 650 gigabytes, and it's a really good external hard drive. I suggest, if you want a lot of games, you should try to get an external hard drive, 250 gigabytes, hopefully. That should be more than enough. If not, you can always use flash drives, but external hard drives are really good to use. So I will go to my documents, downloads, where is the file manager thing over here. So then all you do is right click. Oops. Whoa. Okay, not that one. Down here. So right click and extract to Wii backup manager build 78. It's going to extract to the folder really quick, and then I will find the folder, and it should be over here. Then all you want to do is go Windows 32-bit or 64-bit, I guess, and I have a 32-bit. I showed you in part 1. Then it'll open up like this, and then over here, no installation required. So all you want to do is first you add okay, let me zoom in. You add a file, and then you search. I have in my download, so over here, and you find it. Where is it? Okay, over here, and then you just open up the WBFS file. It comes up like that. You check it off. Then what you want to do is you transfer over here, and you transfer it to ISO. You can also transfer things back to WBFS file, but I don't know why you would do that. I only use this program to convert back to ISO, but I've heard that it has other uses. So I will just transfer ISO, leave it on my desktop, press OK, and then it's finished, just like that. Okay, so now I'll check on my external hard drive. So open up the WBFS Manager. This is how you add more games onto your external hard drive. I'm using a different drive right now from the one that I showed earlier in the video. This one has all of my games on it. First of all, you always want to refresh the drive list, and then you want to find it. Mine is H, I already checked before, and then you load it. It's important to load it if you want to add more games. You press load, and then it shows up over here with all the games, right over here. So basically all you want to do is, after you load it, you can add more games. If you want to delete games off your hard drive, like let's say I want to delete this game off my hard drive, you just go delete. You can rename the games, you can extract the ISO and leave it to your desktop if you want, and you can also clone. If you press over here, drive to drive, you can add another external hard drive, but first you need to format that external hard drive to WBFS format, and then you can actually clone the two hard drives, clone everything on this hard drive into this hard drive, and that's basically it. So I could just, like, let's say I want to delete this game, I could do this, press yes, remove it. It's removed really quickly like that. Then I could browse it and add it over again. I'm gonna go to my desktop, and let's see, it's over here, and then it's over here, and then I open it over here. Then I add to the drive, and it's easy as that. It's very easy. It doesn't take like a very smart person to do it. I feel like something like this is manageable for a lot of people, most people. So you just wait until the bar goes up. Yep. Since this game is small, you can see by it says 41.41 gigabytes. It only takes like 35 seconds to do this. And then after it's done, it'll say that I'm completed. So you just press OK, and then it's on over here. Then you can then if you want to add more games, you remove this from the list, and then you just browse for more games and add it to the drive, and it's simple as that. Okay, so right now I'm on my Nintendo Wii, and you can see the new background I've added. It's like, you know, you can change the theme of your background to make it look cooler. Of course, like, themes are one of the things that it's pretty complicated, and it's pretty dangerous if you don't know how to use it. So I'm not going to go into detail in this particular tutorial. So you go to USB Loader GX with your external hard drive plugged into port 0. Port 0 is always the the USB port where it has the power button that is like on the same side, or you could say that. And then all you do is start. I'm going to be demonstrating USB Loader GX. So first of all, a lot of people have questions about what you should do about certain things on USB Loader GX. So first of all, what you always want to do is you want to go to your settings over here, and then you always want to game load, change it, because for example, some people download PAL games for a United States Wii. European Wii's use the PAL video mode, and United States Wii uses an NTSC video mode. So what happens is, if you play a PAL game on a United States Wii, it'll be all black and white. So if you want to change it, okay, so if you're from the United States and you have a United States Wii, you want to change your video mode to force NTSC, because you want to force every single game to have the NTSC file format. But if you're from like Europe or any, like Australia, I think uses the Europe 4.3E, I think. So then what you want to do is force PAL 60 or 50. I think it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, you can do 50 or 60, but for United States Wii you use NTSC. So that's all you want to do, and then you go back, and then you go back. For people who are asking about The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and it doesn't work on their Wiis, first of all, this is what you want to do, because for a lot of people, it's their first time playing a Wii Motion Plus game, and what you want to do is you have to change something before you can actually play, like The Legend of Skyward Sword, which requires Wii Motion Plus. Conveniently on USB Loader GX, it also tells you what like video mode the game is using. Like, see, it says NTSC or the PAL, and it also says like United States or Japan. So what you want to do is like go to a Wii Motion Plus game, make sure your Wii Motion Plus is plugged into your remote, and then you go to A and then settings. After that, you want to change the game load. Of course, you should have your video mode correct, because if you change in the settings, it changes it for every game. So what you want to do is you want to first, this thing is anti, right? And what you want to do is change it to yes. And this thing is usually off, and what you want to do is change it to on. Then after you do that, if it's your first time playing a Wii Motion Plus game, you change the alternate DOL, and then change it to select a DOL, and then the selected DOL is player.dol, so just press A on that, and then press OK. And yeah, of course it's gonna say something, you just press OK, and then you save it. So since it's the first time you're playing a Wii Motion Plus game, you need to see like the Wii Motion Plus video. So you go into the game, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna see the Wii Motion Plus video, and it's gonna just show the video like this. And you need to watch the whole complete thing before you play a Wii Motion Plus game. So it's gonna be like playing the Wii Motion Plus game, but then because I've already watched it, I can just return to the game and then press OK. So this is the main reason why it doesn't work for a lot of people, because of that thing. So when it returns to the Wii menu, what you want to do is you go back to your USB loader, and then you need to change something after that, because you don't want the video thing to be playing all the time. So right now I'm gonna go down to, let's see, where is it? Okay, right over here. Then I press A, and then settings again. So what you want to do is you want to change this back to default, and then everything's good. After that, you save it, and then it's okay. If you want to download the covers and anything else, you can press A over here on the cover thing. Make sure it is on. Whoa, sneeze right there. Sorry about that. That's pretty awkward. But you want to go over here, click this thing. Sometimes you can change like how it looks by clicking the top things, but you want to have it into the arrow thing with the bars, and then what you do after that is you click on the left, and then you can download the 3D covers. I normally do not download normal covers, but 3D covers and the disk images, you need to be connected to the internet service. So you just click on that, and since I have all my covers, that's it. So it makes it easier to like see like the cover makes it easier to know which game is which, even though it says it right over here. Also, you can update this, but I don't suggest updating the game. And you can also like update the USB loader. That's what I mean. But I don't suggest doing that because updating it sometimes messes it up for some reason. Among the other things you can do is you can take a real Wii game and then plug it, push it into the Wii system, and then it will copy that Wii game. For example, I'll put in my real disc of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. What's gonna happen is it's gonna say something like this, and what you do is install, and then it's gonna start copying the Wii game as a backup into your external hard drive or your USB flash device. But since I already have the game, it goes like this. But normally it's just like a bar, and it copies about 5 megabytes per second, and then it's all done. So that's basically it for this. I'll go back to the Wii menu to see if there's anything else I can show. You can do this with the other USB loaders. Another question that people ask me is why are there 2 Wii flows? Well, there's 2 Wii flows because one of them is running from custom iOS, I think like 2.3, and the other one's 2.4.9. It doesn't really matter. And for people who are asking like what if it says like, oh, you need to update your Wii to run the game? Well, a thing that you can do is you go into the homebrew channel and then press start, and this is a way you can also run the burned Wii games if you did not get Dark Corp. If you have like burnt Wii games, or if it says that you need to update to play the Wii game from the disc, this is a way how you can play your real Wii games. You go over here to Gecko, and you press A on it, and then you load it. After you load it, it will bring you to a screen like this. Gecko is also a way you can, I think, put hacks maybe, or something like that. You can configure the options, and if you have your PAL game, you can like put yes on force NTSC, but since all the games I have right now are United States games, I don't need to do that. So I go into launch game up here, and then press A, and then sets up the drive. It will skip the update warning if it says that you must update, and it this way it also plays all your games, burnt or not burnt. It'll play all your games. So that's pretty much it. And now I'm gonna show you how to get like those Wii Shop Channel games that a lot of people want. And another question that a lot of people have is, oh, can I put GameCube games onto my external hard drive? I don't think you can do that. So to answer that question, that's my answer. To have Wii Shop Channel games or that sort of stuff, what you need to go is to this website. I'll leave a link in the description, and this also works for a Virtual Console, WiiWare games, whatever. So, first thing you want to go is, well, you drop down to this part of the page, and then over here it gives you like a bunch of links to where you want to go. And then, so for example, if I want a WiiWare game, I go over here, and then it's WiiWare over here, and then I go down. Then I choose the correct version of my Wii. Since I'm from the United States, I click this one. If you're from Europe or Australia, I think you click the PAL one. And if you're from Japan, you click that. And then that's pretty much what you do. So I'm going to click the United States one. It's important that you click the correct version, okay? It's important that you click the correct version. So over here, it provides you a list of games. So right now, I'll just go to any game. Let's see, what's My Pokemon Ranch. Let's see that. I'll go to My Pokemon Ranch, and then I'll just download it. Simple as that. Then save the compressed file. Okay, and I'll save it to my desktop. Save. Okay, it saves it. And then after it saves it, I'll go extract it and show you guys what to do after that. Okay, so it's going to be done really quickly. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. After it's done, you go to your desktop, and then what I normally do is I just right click, extract to the folder, and then I double click it. Then here is the WAD file. So what you want to do now is you put in your SD card into your computer, then you copy the WAD file, go to my computer, and then here is my removable disk. And then what you want to do is you bring it to, let's see, the WAD folder, and then you just paste the thing inside. However, first thing you want to check is you want to check the properties of the WAD and make sure that everything's okay, your computer isn't blocking it, because I have seen an occasion where your computer might block the file for some reason. Let me try to find an example in my downloads if I have one. I don't think I do actually right now, but sometimes it'll be like, oh, your computer might be blocking this file. Do you uncheck this part over here? It'll be like something down here. It'll be like uncheck to unblock it. I think maybe it's only for Windows 7 people, but it could be for other people with different like operating systems. So of course you copy it, make sure that's everything's okay. Make sure your computer isn't blocking it, and then you go to WAD, and then you just paste it. So I just used the shortcut Control V to paste the file. So over here, it's gonna appear in your WADs completely. Make sure it completely gets into your SD card. Then you eject your SD card, and then you go back to your Nintendo Wii. So going back to your Nintendo Wii, all you need to worry about is make sure the SD card is plugged in correctly. Okay, so now that the Wii's on, make sure your SD card is plugged in. I'll push it in right now. So you just push in, and then it should like appear over here. So now what you want to do is you want to install that WAD with the WiiWare game or the Wii Shop Channel game or whatever. It works the same way if it's a WiiWare game or like some NES game or something like that. So you go to Multi-Mod Manager and then you load it. Multi-Mod Manager should work for installing it. So what you want to go is go down to WAD Manager and then press A. And then what you want to do is try to find your game among the list. So My Pokemon Ranch, NTSCU, right over here. So I press A to proceed, and then I press A again to proceed installing it. Make sure you have enough space, because sometimes what happens is you don't have enough space for the game, so it'll say like the Wii is full, delete some stuff, and then even if you delete some stuff, it'll still say, oh, Wii is full, delete more. It'll say like 0 space left, and that's because you just haven't deleted enough. Because one time a person asked me that question. So make sure you always have enough space, and if you do not have enough space, what I normally do is I just go Wii options. That looks pretty cool. Data management, channels, and then if I like install too many WiiWare games or whatever, all I do is move it to my SD card and then you press yes. So that's the thing you can do to fix that problem. And then over here, blocks open, someone told me that it kept on saying 0. What happens is it'll keep on saying 0 until all the spaces, like enough space is moved over. So you just have to like delete some more stuff or move some more stuff, and then everything's good. So that's the thing that you can do. So that's pretty much all I can teach you guys, because that's pretty much everything I know, or a lot of things I know. And besides installing themes are pretty dangerous, so I don't want to endanger anyone's Wii's. But everything should be working properly. You can load everything properly. You should be able to use all the applications good. If you want more applications, you can use the homebrew browser. I'll show you a little bit of CFG loader, so you can load it from homebrew channel or from the outside, from the channel itself in the Wii system menu. And then over here you have a lot of your games. To install a theme, you just press to install a cover, you press 1 options, and then you can press 1 again, and then you can press download all missing covers down here. And then what else you could do? Of course, for CFG loader, I don't know how to change all the settings for the game, so whenever I have like a PAL game, I need to do it like this. I need to press 1, and then I need to do it manually like this. I know that Call of Duty and most first-person shooters work better on the 224 nload ISO, iOS I mean, and I don't know what's the reason for that, but I just know that it works better. And if the game doesn't work for like USB Loader GX, always try CFG Loader after that, because I know for some reason USB Loader GX, it doesn't work for Kirby's Enter the Dreamland or whatever, Return to Dreamland, but it works on CFG Loader. So that's basically it. You guys should know everything you need to know to make your Wii an ultimate system now, and it will have a ton of free games, a ton of good stuff, good content, and you can play online multiplayer, which is good. You can play your real Wii games, which is good, and you can just have a lot of fun with your Wii. A lot of people say that this brings new life into their Wii system, so that's very good. So you can just go play with your friends and have a really good time. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please rate, comment, subscribe if this helped you at all or you've learned something. Subscribing will really help. I'm trying to boost my channel a little bit right now, so thanks for watching, everyone.